Hello, my gods and goddesses. Thank you so much for joining me back here at the Temple of Venus. I am your high priestess, Gwendolyn, and today we're going to talk about divinity being your birthright, and how really you should be working on relying on yourself and not external validation. So, I want to talk about how you are the actual goddess. You are the deity that you're looking for when you do your magic and your spells. Your intention starts with you because all is mind. So once your mind has a thought, once a thought enters into the mind, it becomes a dangerous place because then it has the possibility of manifesting into reality. And thoughts can be, when people say like all things come to the light, they literally mean that like your thoughts have the ability to manifest in front of you. So you have to be careful about what you allow into your mind and what you also think about. So you have to also understand your own capacities of what helps you, what makes you happy, and try to keep in that vibrational frequency of just being happy because everybody's journey is different. And so I can't always give you advice about what you should do with your life or how you should see your life. I need you to come up with these ideas yourself because you are a powerful being. And I hope that this channel reminds you that you are the being that you are looking for. Everybody's journey will be different. And even if I gave you exactly step by step a process of what to do, person A's life will be different than person's B life because not um we are literally not in the same patterns. We all have different histories. We all respond to life differently. And because so many people are looking for some sort of external validation, which really is not going to do anything for you, um, they forget to check in with themselves. And so they find themselves going all around the world looking for this validation. When the first thing that you have to do, and I'm going to read my notes here, is you have to take care of your mind. Everything that exists before you came before your mind. And everything that is in your life right now is just a reflection of everything that you already believe. So all your beliefs that you hold, that's from your mind. Every your identity, your concept of identity, that's from your mind. So when you start to create your life and you start to become the architect of your own life, you have to be reminded that, I'm going to say it again, everything begins and ends with you. So when you watch other people react to the world and start absorbing everybody's negative energy, you have to really work on not allowing yourself to be overwhelmed by the world around you and the external, like that external forces that are used to pull you down. A goddess is somebody, which you are, is somebody that constructs their own life. They understand and know that their mind is a sacred place and become intentional about their thoughts. And you will reform your thoughts. You have the right to change your mind. You have the right to change your thoughts. You will choose better. You will choose wisely once you start focusing more on yourself. I can't like stress self love enough. Um, and if you don't know how to love yourself, I did create a video telling you how to do it by using things that are outside of you, yes. But I hope that eventually you realize how strong you are and then you start using yourself as your own deity. Your own self perception is very powerful. The way that you see yourself is the way that the world is going to see you. Not because the world is fair, because the world is not fair, but the world will always reflect what is in your subconscious mind. All is mind. If you see yourself as somebody who is always overlooked, then you will become overlooked. But if you see yourself as somebody who is always chosen or winning, then you're always going to try to find the door that causes you to win. Then you're going to know that, like, I think Chris Jenner said this best, that if you hear the answer no, you're just asking the wrong person. You know that there are multiple possibilities for you to have access to what you're looking for. You are responsible for yourself. You decide. You wake up in the morning and you move through the world knowing that you are powerful. And this is not arrogance, but it's your natural nature, which we're building. And let's not forget our most important concept is beautification, because I believe that like your outside reflects your inside. And a beauty is not just makeup and all that jazz. It is your own personal alignment. So if you choose to do your makeup, great. You choose to dress up, great. You wear what you want to wear because it makes you feel beautiful. And once you're radiating on that frequency, everybody else will think that you look beautiful too. The way that you present yourself is the way that you communicate to the world. And so a goddess must adorn herself, not for the approval, but for her own personal expression. And everything that she does with herself is a representation of her rituals. So, do you care for your skin? Do you pick out clothes that fit you well? Do you care about your what you smell like? Those are all your rituals that you're going to need to be a goddess. Next, we're going to talk about emotional alchemy. So, your emotions, because that's where people lose power. Those people, or people who do not have any control over their emotional state of being, are people who are capable of losing everything in their life. And emotions doesn't just mean erratic behaviors. It also means like being like dismissive or not caring. That can also ruin your life. So when you approach a situation, or when you approach a situation in general, you have to be honest with yourself with what you want the outcome to be, and then navigate your emotions to behave in a way that's going to give you that outcome. um a goddess is somebody that can take the power of her emotions and transform it. She understands that emotions are not problems but signals. They're just raw energy. So if you're experiencing something like jealousy, that's nothing to be ashamed of. That jealousy is only telling you what you need to do in order for you to be happy. So if you're jealous of somebody's career or somebody's job or something, what that is telling you is that you need to work towards mimicking whatever it is that you think that they have. Or let's say you want to be a CEO of a company, I don't know, and your friend became a CEO. This does not mean that you can't become a CEO of your own company. That just means that you have to work towards becoming it. So instead of being jealous and trying to sabotage somebody else, you have to work towards manifesting that thing for yourself. Jealousy only shows desire. Pain sometimes is not punishment, sometimes it's transformation, like going to the gym. Anger might be a boundary that you need to know. So instead of suppressing it or allowing it to explode, you can reflect and say, well, what is it trying to tell me? And in also controlling your emotional alchemy, you learn that you need to be more selective about who you allow into your life. Like if this person that you're allowing into your life is causing you to feel anxious, it's causing you to feel unhappy, then you have to cut them out. Like they need to go. Your energy is not public property. Your softness might not be for everyone, and your time is definitely not for everyone. Your presence should be selective to, you decide who you want to give your presence to, and you don't have to over explain yourself. That's not what goddesses do. um she understands, as a goddess, that privilege to her, um to access her is a privilege, so that you don't dilute your power. And you also don't want to surround yourself with people that like don't believe in your hopes and dreams. You don't want to surround yourself with people that like will put doubt into your mind, and that includes family. Family is the same way. And so sometimes you can even find yourself moving in silence because you don't want these people to have access to your thoughts and to try to break down your power. Most people have been taught to chase in life, and a goddess does not. your divinity allows you the freedom to not have to chase, but to work on your own personal attraction. And so you learn to receive the goodness of the world, good things. You receive, you can receive a beautiful day, receive the sun, receive the gust of wind, receive. When you receive it, you're acknowledging that it is in your presence, and you're attracting more, not just like physical items, but you're attracting more to yourself. And once you start getting into the mind frame of receiving, then you can start asking for um money and all these other external validation things. There's nothing wrong with that. We all need to survive. But I believe that, like, once you get your spiritual self aligned, the money will come to you anyway. So that wouldn't even matter. Um, and you also have to find your own creative force. I feel like one thing that we don't do enough in education is teach people how to be more creative. What can you do with yourself that can inspire the world around you? What can you learn for yourself beyond just school and textbooks? Maybe it's music that inspires you, maybe it's art, maybe it's poetry. Like for me, it is creating this mythology, this cosmos mythology that I absolutely love doing. And um creating these two branches and connecting them together in a way that, like, might have been done before, but maybe not like me. So I want you to think about, what are some things that you genuinely enjoy. Maybe you like magic, maybe you like spells and potions. I don't know, there's so many things out there that you could like. So definitely learn how to use your own creative force to express yourself into the world. Knowledge is power. So definitely keep reading anything that you possibly can. I love audiobooks, so I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on consciousness, cosmos, all of those things. So find avenues to like inspire your mind, to give yourself more knowledge. And then once you've reached that level, I think that your final form before your self-devotion, or your anchor in self, is learning how to detach. The law of detachment is so powerful because you don't let things control you. Not that you don't let things bother you, you don't let them have control over you. And once you keep yourself grounded and people know that you're not easily shaking, nobody's going to try you. Because it all starts in the mind. It starts with your emotional welfare, your your personal or external life, whatever's going on outside of you. And then, like, once your life is so full of all these things that you love, it's going to be easy to detach, because you're going to ask yourself, like, do I love this? Do I not love this? And then you're not going to put yourself in those places. And the last thing that you should do as somebody who has access to their divinity is devote your life to yourself first. It's kind of like when when they tell you and you're on the plane and you want to save the person next to you, put your own mask on first. And not in like we're not saying this to be selfish, but when you're devoted to yourself, you're allowed to grow, have peace, be in beauty. And I also think that self-devotion prevents you from like illnesses like depression, even cancers. I do think that there's some energetic people that can cause people to have cancer if their body is in a state of stress. So definitely learn how to do, find ways to devote your time to yourself so that you don't put yourself into those situations. So remember, as always, that you are powerful. The power is always there. You are beautiful. You are divine. And the Temple of Venus is always here for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, done. Bye.